In today's video, we are going to be creating functions from scenarios. So we're going to be given a word problem, a scenario, and we have to create either a table or an equation from that scenario and answer some questions afterwards. So in the first problem, we have a trainer for a professional football team keeps track of the amount of water players consume throughout practice. The trainer observed that the amount of water consumed is a linear function of the temperature on a given day. The trainer finds that when it's 90 degrees, the players consume 220 gallons of water. When it's 76, the players consume 178 gallons of water. Write a linear function that models the relationship between the gallons of water Y consumed and the temperature X. How many gallons of water will the team consume when it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit? All right, so we have to create our function rule first. Since we know it's linear, it's going to be in slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we want a y equals mx plus b equation. M is the slope. It's the rate. It's the rise over run. It's the change in y or the change in x. The b is the intercept where a certain value begins or starts. So with this one, we have to create a table because we're comparing the degrees as well as the gallons of water. So we're going to make our table where we know the X value is the gallons of water. Oh no, that's the Y value. The Y value is the gallons of water, and the temperature is X. So it's important, again, you read and understand which is X, which is Y. So on 90 degrees, they consume 220. At 76 degrees, they consumed 178. And is that it? Yep, that's it. All right, so we know it's linear. So to find the slope, we have to find the change in y, the change in x, right? The change in y values, 220 to 178 is negative 42. 90 to 76 goes down 14. So my slope is negative 42 over negative 14. And we divide those and we get positive 3. So that's my slope. All right, now we got to find my b. So my b value, we know my y equals mx plus b. We know my m value, right? I'm going to plug in this, and for m, I'm going to pick an x and a y. I'm going to pick 90 for my x and 220 and for my y and figure out what my b is. So I'm going to have 220 equals 3 times 90 plus b. And solve it. 3 times 90 is 270. When I subtract 270 from both sides, I get negative 50 is my b. All right. So we have my m, right? We have my m is 3. We have my b is negative 50. So my equation, my function rule is y equals 3x minus 50. That is my function rule. Now I can answer my question. How many gallons of water will the team consume when it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit? So, give myself some room. So when it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit, remember the degrees as the x values, I'm going to plug this in for x. So y equals 3 times 84 minus 50, which is, using my calculator, 3 times 84 minus 50 is 202 gallons. 202 Gallons are going to abbreviate. And that's going to be my final answer. So, oops, didn't want to do that. So we had to make our table first, find the slope, plug it into my y equals mx plus b with one of the points, and then find my b. That will give me my function rule, and then answer the question by plugging in 84 for the correct variable and isolating the other variable. Okay, let's look at another one. The number of dollars per month it costs you to own a car is a function of the number of kilometers per month you drive it. Based on the information in an issue of Time magazine, the cost varies linearly with the distance. I'm going to fix this Time magazine because that is bothering me. There we go, spacebar. And it is $366 per month for 300 kilometers per month, and $510 per month for 1,500 kilometers per month. Write a linear function that models relationship y as a function of distance x, and predict the monthly cost of owning a car if you travel 1,000 kilometers a month. Okay, so again, we make our table. X, y. The x is the distance, and the y is the cost. So for 300 kilometers, it's 366. So be careful where you put these in, 300 and 366. And then the other one is 1,500 for $510 per month. Yep, $510 per month. Okay. 366 to 510. I'm going to use my calculator. 510 minus 366. 366 is 144. It's going. And this one, 300, 1,500 is 1,200. So my M is 144 over 1,200. So I'm going to divide that in my calculator. 0.12. All right, I'm going to leave it as a decimal. 0.12, since it's a nice decimal. And that's going to give us the rate. It's 12 cents per month. Okay, so that's my M. Now I got to find my B. So again, I'm going to write my y equals mx plus b. I'm going to plug in my 0.12 in for M. I'm going to plug in probably this one. It'd be easier to do 300 in for X, 366 in for Y. Plus B. And then I can give myself some space here. 0.12 times 300. I don't know what that is. Times 300 is 36. Minus 36 from both sides. And you get 300. No, 330. There's 366 minus 36 is 330. So my equation, right, we got my slope is 0.12. My y-intercept is 330. So my equation is y equals 0.12 x plus 330. Predict the monthly cost of owning a car if you travel 1,000 kilometers. Now, where do I plug this in? The traveling is the y or the x. Okay, the distance is x. So the distance is X, right? And this is the cost of Time Magazine, right? So the distance is going to be my X. So that means I'm going to plug this in for my X. And they're going to do 0.12 times 1,000 plus 330. All right, 0.12 times 1,000 plus 330 is $450. So that's going to be my monthly cost. Now, these are predictions. It doesn't mean it's always going to be correlated like this, but they just have a common trend when it comes to trying to predict the values and predict the cost. All right. So again, we make our table, find the slope, plug that in with one of the points to find the b, so to find the y-intercept, create our function rule, and answer the question. All right, so that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and remember, whether you're solving for x or y, always give math a try.